All right, we got about a minute until market open. Had some morning news here with retail sales. Not really sure if I like any setups really at the market open. Maybe Meta breaking out of pre-market low and previous day close. Same with Apple. Um, Tesla, we've got earnings tomorrow. We've got a lot of support where it's at, so I want to wait for a break and retest. NVDA really looking for a bounce here or also a break and retest to the downside. But market open, really looking at Meta 671, probably 670, 665 puts. And then Apple, market about to open. Aggressive selling so far. A lot of orders hitting the ask on Meta, or on Apple, but it's still pushing up here. Palantir, pre-market high I need to fix. Need to remove my indicator and put it back on. It's hasn't been updating correctly. Yeah, Palantir I'm going to stay away. Same thing happened yesterday. Got some aggressive candles to both sides. Price action isn't as clean unless I catch this downside, but it wasn't in my plan. I don't want to chase that. NVDA, we've got a red to green flip. Let me look up NVIDIA. I did have that in my play for a pre-market high breakout. So far, Tesla and Meta look to be the cleanest. Meta is bouncing its previous day low. Got a minute until this 5-minute candle close. I'm just gonna wait. Gonna stay a little bit more patient this morning. Wait for the market to pick a direction. We got strong buying and selling wicks with both NVDA and Meta. Same with Palantir. Meta with a strong bounce. It's reclaiming opening print and pre-market low and previous day close. However, it's rejecting VWAP. Apple is attempting to hold its pre-market low and previous day low. Meta's bouncing. Tesla's attempting to bounce its previous day low. NVIDIA is just consolidating at opening print. Meta, we have point of control at 671. Bounce right at previous day close on the reclaim. Just not seeing a lot of buy orders. Still trickling in. QQQ wants to hold above previous day close, but NVIDIA wants to break to the downside. We're seeing some divergence in the market. NVIDIA 201, 200 puts. I do like this short setting up here for NVIDIA. But it is bouncing the pre-market low. Just getting some chop here this morning. So far, I like NVIDIA the most for this pre-market low breakout. Gonna take it here. See a lot of sellers stiffening. Need a stronger flush. This 5-minute candle needs to close below pre-market low, but it's trying to bounce it. Could have been just a liquidity grab. We need to take out this low of day for continuation to the downside. A little bit more from our first trim here. Currently, I say 11%. Looking for 15% from our first trim. A little bit more. Nope, and it's bouncing. Online. Alright, taking my first trim. Moving stops to break even. Stops right at break even. Need to see continued momentum. Contracts are not moving that well. But NVDA is diverging from the market. Meta is bouncing its previous day low. That's a trade that I missed again that I'll need to journal. See why I hesitated on not taking that trade. Bouncing here at 200, 280. Market is not flushing. It's just NVIDIA only. Got AMD rejecting pre-market high. QQQ is just sitting flat at its previous day close. Might be a short-lived trade. Didn't get to my 2R for a trim. Wow, what an aggressive bounce. Meta with a strong bounce there. Point of control is right here, 201.24. We're currently below point of control. We need to hold below point of control if we're going to continue downwards. No, we're breaking right above point of control. Back at 15% in profit on NVIDIA. Does not want to sell through though. Strong bounce. We need a break low of day. The rest of the market's just been consolidating. The only trend setting up was NVDA here. It wants to hold this previous candle low. Doesn't want to break through it. Does not want to break through. There we go. You need a breakthrough with strength. That's what I'm looking to take my next trim. Looking for a 2R at 30%. If we can have a strong push past this candle low, then we should get to the second trim point. We're right at 201 is right at point of control. We have 200, that is a psychological hold number. If you can break below 200, we should see a flush. We're above point of control again, 201.07. Actually, this one might stop me out this time around. If it doesn't sell off, it's just gonna hold here. Price does not like to be down here. We got two strong buying wicks. Yep, now we got a red to green flip. Need to see some more selling pressure here. Nope. Stopped out. Only one trim off. Had an opportunity to take two trims off. That's frustrating. Short-lived trade. Apple is not clean. Palantir's not clean. I'm not really interested unless it breaks out. A retest here. Qs are right at opening print. SPY's right above opening print. Tesla's just right at opening print. NVIDIA could be setting up for a break and retest this year for a pre-market low downside. or it could bounce. Yep. I mean, Tesla appears to be rejecting VWAP, holding below its previous day close. NVDA is rejecting pre-market low here. Gonna give NVIDIA another shot. If I'll wait till that closes. It does appear to be setting up for a break and retest. All right, I'm in these pre-market low NVIDIA demand break and retest. Already down 4% in drawdown. Does not want to flush. Wow. Should have trusted my initial instincts. Waited till this 5-minute candle close. Too much downside bias today. It's frustrating getting a trade and only getting one trim off because the net ROI is very low. Oh, ate all my profits from the first trade. That's what happens. Cannot get any trend. Yep. Stopped out of this trade. Losing day. Forced that second trade. Frustrating morning. Forced that second trade. Upset with the first trade being a small winner. Now it's red on the day. Look at that, rejecting VWAP. If I waited for the 5 minute close, this would be potential entry here, but only interested trade I'm in is Palantir here. Broke out of this range. Gonna try it here. Late entry to break and retest on this candle. Contracts are barely moving. Yeah, Palantir is not even moving, down 5%. And my NVDA break and retest is setting up now. VWAP rejection. NVIDIA, I should have waited till that 5 minute candle close, then taken the next candle. I understood stop losses below. The stop loss would have been previous candle high and VWAP. That would have been the cleaner break and retest setup. we can break above, looks like this was Friday's high. If we can break and hold above Friday's high, we might have continuation to the upside on Palantir. These contracts are not moving though. Need a little bit more from our first trim. Taking my first trim. Stops are at break even. Strong rejection. Might break below 148. Could have been just liquidity sweep past Friday's high and then rejection. Palantir needs to break and hold above this previous point of control. Another thing I should have noted, should have listened to QQQ, wasn't flushing either. Could have signaled pre-market low. Demand break and retest wasn't the most A plus break and retest setup. Need a break high of day on Palantir. Only sitting at 19% in profit. New point of control, 148, but we're rejecting it. Price action of Palantir is moving well, but the option contracts are not moving well. $22 profit. Need a little bit more for my next trim. These contracts do not want to move. $24%. Come on. 5 more percent. I'll get my next trim. I need to blow off top. Come on. $27%. Nope. Guess not. Taking my next trim, 30%. Putting stops back at break even. Previous day low bounce with weekly level would have been the move. Again, bounce. Even my meta bounce at previous day low would have been good. NVDA reclaiming pre-market low. Should have saw that as a signal when QQ wasn't flushing previous day close. This was not a valid break and retest setup to the downside on NVIDIA. I would love to see Palantir trend all day, but I don't think it's going to. Strong selling candle here. We need to form this previous candle as this previous candle's point of control as support. If you can't hold above it, I'm afraid we might reject. Need to hold above this point of control. That is a good sign. We closed above point of control, made a higher point of control. This one needs to continue the trend. Good sign. We need a break past high of day again. My next trim area, I'm looking at around 50% for a little bit above a 3R for my next trim spot. Contracts are sitting at 36% profit, 38. Again, looking for 45 to 50% for my next trim. Strong rejection here. Market's starting to sell off. No, we're not holding previous point of control. Wow. These contracts are just getting destroyed now. Wow. Absolutely destroyed these contracts. I need to catch a clean move like that. 35% contracts peaked at. Was waiting for 15% more from my next trim, but instead it reverses 30%. It is aggressively bouncing at 148 area, but not enough. See a lot of sellers coming in. We're above point of control, so that's good. We're trying to fight above point of control. Disappointing. No follow through on these trades. And there goes Apple breaking out of its pre-market low range. Pre-market low and previous day low. Need to hold this Monday high or Friday's high. If we can hold that as a support, it's tempting to bounce it, but it needs more volume. We're back above previous point of control. We need to close and hold above it. Back at 15% profit. Need to hold above this point of control. Now we're sitting in the middle of this range. We need to break back above this previous candle high. Well, that's good. This is forming a support at previous point of control. Wow, strong rejection at this previous candle high. Currently sitting below current point of control. Need to break above 149. Volume is starting to die down. We are an hour into market open. Oh, strong rejection. Jeez. Below current and previous point of control. Just formed a lower new point of control. Need to hold above current and previous point of control. Need to bust back this 149 area. If we can break above that, it's a good sign. Back to 21% in profit, 22. If we get back to 30% profit, I'm going to take another trim, move stops to 15% in profit to ensure that I'm green on the day. This is uptrend on low volume though, so I need to be mindful of that. Could be just a slow move up for liquidity grab and reject. So 30% here, I'm about to take my trim. If I can get to it. It's at 25% right now. Come on. Give me a big push. Wow. It's gonna reject it again. Strong rejection. Might not get it. Very strong rejection. Back at 20% profit. Too strong of a rejection. Wow. Yep. Aggressive rejection. So it happens on low volume. Wow. Apple did a clean move downside. Selling pressure is too strong. Could be a double top we're forming. It's gonna squeeze. It's gonna squeeze to the up or downside. New point of control. Downwards trend. Wow. Just ridiculous. Two strong selling candles. Uh, Back at 19% profit. Dude. It needs to break past the previous candle high. Wow. Strong rejection again. Just consolidating above 148. Looks like it does not want to go in my favor. I'll get stopped out soon. 6% profit. Does not want to bounce this weekly level and hold above 148. That's how Palantir acts. There is no trend up day. Strong push, rejection. Stopped out. Sure, just full eggs at 15%. Sure, green in the day, but I want to treat each individual trade as its own and not make it so much about profit and loss and just focus on the system. But um, frustrating day overall. Forced a demand break and retest on pre-market low, which I chased it. Should have been right here, but I was already in a breakout trade. So force that trade. So if I'm going to take a breakout of pre-market low, I need to take an earlier entry, and or if I'm already going to wait for it to break past pre-market low, I need to just wait for a retest. The retest set up right there. Breakouts, I need to have an earlier entry.